Okay, I think we can just start. All right, Mas Zainal, can we start?
Yes, it's your time, Rifky.
Okay. So first of all, I apologize for my broken webcam. So instead of my face, I'm going to show this. You guys see this? All right. So yeah, let me introduce myself. My name is Rifky Ariya. I'm working as a front-end developer in Kindred, also working part-time as a uh, instructor at Time Door Academy. So now I will be the moderator of this meeting. Uh, so I will try to talk a little bit slowly and more clearly. And by the way, it's okay if you guys answer a little bit using Bahasa Indonesia, or you guys want to stop me and ask me about the meaning of what I just said. It's completely fine. This is designed to be a safe space for everyone who wants to learn about English. So let's go to, oh yeah, the rundown, right? Let's go to the first item of the rundown, which is the basic lessons. It will last only 5 minutes. This is just simple lessons. Okay, I will share my screen. Moment. So the title of our lesson is about past simple tense, which is, quite simple. So what is this? What is past simple tense? Well, it's a grammar to describe events happened in the past. First, we have the verb, which is the kata kerja in Indonesia. And then we add ed at the back, right? I think you guys are already quite familiar with this. And there are two types of regular and irregular past simple tenses. So if it's regular, then it's like the usual, we just add ed. But if it's irregular, it's like morphing, shifting into something else. For example, the be, right? This is the base form. It becomes was or were. And come, it become came, right? But what I wanted to highlight here is not just the grammar, but the overall understanding about the translation, right? So let's go to a different graph. I think I have it here. Yeah. So we have this graph, right? And this explains all the tenses, right? Past, present, and future. So right now we are here at the past. And as you can see, there's like three types of tenses. The perfect past, perfect continuous, perfect, and continuous. We will learn about this later. But right now, we want to focus the simple. And as you can see, simple is just here. So what does this mean? Simple doesn't really explain much. It's like a general thing that you can use to describe events happening in the past. Okay, so yes, you can use this pretty much anywhere. It's not wrong. It's just not very specified. And again, it's completely fine. Okay, the second thing I want to reiterate is that when people think about translating, we usually think of like this, right? Simply think of this, translate, right? But it's actually not like this. There's actually another component, which is meaning or makna in Indonesia. Okay. So we want to translate English into the meaning or the makna and then translate it to Indonesia, right? I think this is why people is struggling a lot while learning English because they try this instead of translating it to the meaning first. And you cannot learn this by reading grammar. You have to read, practice speech, and think about it, right? Because it really is not that easy, right? So, for example, right? Let's do a real example. So in English, I will say I coded yesterday. I coded a feature yesterday. But in Indonesian, we will say like that, right? Well, actually, usually this description is not here, right? Usually in English, we don't specify the time. We simply do this in English. However, in Indonesia, we because how we just talk normally to other people, right? We we feel compelled to add the timing, like yesterday or last night or last week. So when we try to copy this, when we try to directly translate this into Indonesia, it becomes, this is not complete, right? It's weird. But when we add this, yes, this is pretty good. However, this is implicit. Kemarin is implicit. It could be last week. It could be 1 hour ago. So this is the difficulty between translating English to Indonesian, right? So let's take a, let's take more example. Something that happened once in the past. I met my wife. We went to Spain, right? And this is like perfect examples. They give us the time, but usually it's not the case. And then something that happened several times. When I was a boy, I walked a mile to school every day. So this is like something that you do a lot in the past, and then something that is true in some time in the past. I lived abroad for 10 years, enjoyed being a student. So when you are not sure of which past tense to use, it is completely safe to use this, to use simple tenses, right? Because the other ones are quite complicated. All right, that's it. It's meant to be a very short lesson. So now we will start the questions and answers uh, about the lesson, or maybe you guys want to share experience. Yeah, go ahead. It starts now. So if anyone wants to share something or ask questions, just raise your hand or just start speaking.
Okay, I have a question for you, Rifki.
Yeah.
Uh, I don't know, is my question is correct or no, but how you learned this basic guideline and other English rules? Are you learned it on college or school, or is just by yourself, something like that? Because maybe we have learned on school, but it's right now we forgot all. What do you think?
Yeah, we forgot everything. Yeah. So yeah, this ties to the topics that we want to share. But yeah, I'll share. Don't worry. So I'm actually quite confused as well.
Mhm.
Like, I'm looking back to the past. I never really attended any courses or lessons in any like Primagama or Ganesha operation, anything like that. No, I never.
Mhm.
So what I did was just consuming the media, right? Because back then there were movies. When I was little, there's movies, and then there's songs, and there's like magazines. So I loved reading them. And what I did was when I don't know what the word means, I will look at the dictionary. I have like a very thick dictionary back then, and I just remember the meaning. So I think one of the key differences on why we forget on school is that we do not enjoy it,
Mhm.
right? Because in school you're just forced to do this. But when I was like reading magazines, watching movies, I really enjoy it, you know? So
Yeah.
when I'm trying to enjoy it more by looking at the dictionary, I remember them. And in middle school and high school, I went even more intense by playing games. And these are story games. So I need to know the story. So whenever someone, a character talks to me and I don't understand them, I just like pause and open my dictionary again. So it's a mix of a lot of things, but here's the weird thing, right? So it's a mix of a lot of things, but I do them unconsciously. I'm not like, okay, I have to learn English. I need to get good at this. I, I really don't think about that.
Mhm.
By the way, I'm sorry. There's a construction site right next to my house, so
Yeah, we can listen it.
yeah, I'm sorry, guys. But yeah, even on my working age, like 18 forwards, I really love just reading novels,
Mhm.
right? Because usually the genres, the characters of the bestseller novels are better, like global bestsellers. And after that, the only thing that I haven't talked about is speech, right? How do I get good at speech? Well, it's back to gaming.
Mhm.
So after reading, I simply play games with other people, real people, and these are European, Singaporeans, UK, US, and I simply forced myself to adapt and learn yet again. And yeah, there was no like academic uh drive, from me, for myself. It's mostly just I want to enjoy things more, so I can, yeah, so I have to, speak English better, learn English more.
Mhm. Mhm.
Okay, I hope that answers your question.
Yes, it's
So,
insightful answer. So if I can rangkum, you have a
yep,
lot of practice, right?
yep,
You do a lot reading, you do see watching movie, and you do game. To be honest, I am not a guy that love to be guy on gaming. So maybe I can another change. Maybe like this session.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's different from each people, right? Obviously. So I like games, I like books,
Mhm.
but I think you guys can find better ways to do that. And I'm actually quite curious on how you guys would try to practice. Because right now there's so many options, right? There's
Mhm.
Duolingo, there's Netflix, there's Spotify, YouTube, whatever. You can use them.
Yes. One of what I found a couple of days ago, it's like a website freefortalks.com.
Oh, okay.
Maybe we can try it. It's like random people make some clubs and maybe they do some conversation. But I don't try it. Okay. Anyone have question? If you don't have question, Rifky will ask you.
Yes, I will ask you guys.
It's time to practice your English. Anyone?
Hello.
Halo, Darwin.
Hello.
Halo,
Um,
halo.
Hi. Yep.
Hai.
Probably, I just want to add a little bit more to I'm sorry, Rifki points, perhaps. Like, yeah, I agree with him, and um, it's not, I don't know, effective to uh, you know, study the, like tenses, like there are more there are like 16 tenses, like, right? And it's not really effective to study it, to try to memorize it all at once. But and we but I do think we still have to, we still need to study it, but not try to memorize it. But I think one point that we can also that also important is like we need to uh study more like the words conjugation, like, because I think I personally my experience is based on my experience is that I I learn more about the word conjugation, uh, what like uh what word I should use, like in the past form, in the present form, and in the future form, like that. So whenever I read something, I don't really uh sh- I don't really realize what the the tenses I'm reading, but just because I can identify the word, I just know it right away, right? So I think that's it from what
Yeah,
I can.
you're absolutely correct. Thank you for the answer. Thank you for the insights also. So, yep, that is completely correct. So that's why the basic lesson was only 5 minutes. I don't want it to be too long because this is supposed to be a discussion. And about the conjugation, well, that's also correct because even those are, I think those are intermediate to advanced lessons, and I'm still not perfect at it, you know. And when I have like English test, I sometimes I don't know the whole paragraph, but 80% of it. And again, this is extremely important because I know the meaning of those 80%. I can fill it in the rest of 20%. By the way, that's also how ChatGPT work. It will extract meanings from each words and then predict the next. So yeah, maybe we can learn like ChatGPT. Okay, yeah. Thank you, Delphin. Thank you very much. Maybe another people, another guys that you have any questions?
Hello,
Hey, hello.
yo, Mas Rizky. So, thank you for your explanation. Also, your sharing. So, I'm Aditya, or you just call me Didit. Uh, I just wondering how long that you practice, like per day. Perhaps do you have like a standard that you have to speak or have a conversation during this long, and how long perhaps that could be shared to us also?
Okay, great question. Great question. So, um, how long did I practice this? So I started at, I think as far as I can remember it, 4 to 5 years old, I think, because I really remember the first time I watched an English movie. It was Hot Wheels, right? And Hot Wheels is English. There's no Indonesian Hot Wheels. It wouldn't be Hot Wheels if it's Indonesian, right? So they're speaking English and we have the subtitles. And that was my earliest memory of any interaction. So yeah,
Yeah,
I've been practicing. Uh, I can't really tell, but maybe right now, maybe like a few years back, every day. Why? Because I have friends, and my friends are not Indonesians, so I have to talk to them. And maybe before that time, it's even more important, right? Because I need friends, and those friends are from internationals, right? Other nationalities, mostly from Discord. And right now, it's I don't even think how many hours I should spend or how many novels I should read. I just do my everyday stuff. And right now, because I'm working at a Singaporean company, of course I use it, right? There's no way I don't speak or read or write English any day. And this is actually, this is just my side. This is my experience. From your life, I think if you want to get good at English, you have to find something that you don't even think about, that you don't, plan, right? Or anything because planning is hard, right? I get it. Making commitments is hard. So try to maybe the first time, yes, you can plan. Yes, you can uh make targets and whatever. But in the end, make it like you feel like you need it, like you are compelled to do it because you want to, because you're having fun doing it. Right?
Mhm.
I love my friends. I always talk to them. Every single night, I play games with my friends. I play Arma, I play Path of Exile, I play Mountain Blade, and I have a good time. So there's no way I will decline that.
Mhm.
So yes, I hope that answers your question. It is a very personal topic. It's a very personal topic. So yeah, I cannot answer that perfectly. But yeah, good question. Good question. Anyone else?
Hi, um,
Yes, hello.
my name is Adit. Uh, but not Didit ya. I'm Aditya Bintang. You can call me
Yes,
Bintang.
Mas Adit.
Um, I want to ask you questions about the past tense. As we know, some of words is easy to know about. What is the past of that something for example, like arrive, play,
Yep.
visited. But what about past of the verb go? Past of the verb go is when, and it's not even close. So the point of my question is, how do you practice your 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 words of the past tense? Like, how do you know about go and when, like similar of go. How do you have any tips to the practice of the past tense? Like yeah, like similar like go, because go and when is not even close, you know. That's to do you know what I mean?
Yes, I understand. Completely
Yeah,
understand.
yeah.
So
That's
another awesome question. Really good. So this is also I guess like touching the topics that I want to cover in the future about comparing English to other languages. And the short answer of why go and went is connected, it's because English is extremely messy. English is extremely messy, you know. So it is it's complied a lot of ancient word. When we say ancient, I'm talking about Rome, you know, ancient Rome, Latin, Arabic, Germanic. So English originates from many languages, some Latin, some Germanic, some Celtic, some like whatever. There's so many, right? That's why it is so messy. That's why it doesn't have a proper pattern. That that's why some base forms are go and the irregular past tense is went. So that's just the rule, you know. It's unfortunate. It's unfortunate. So yeah, if you compare English to other languages, English is kind of bad. It's kind of like inconsistent. It's like the JavaScript of if of real languages, right? So the tips to to learn about irregular verb is there's no other way than practicing and remembering. And even if you are mistaken, I think it's fine. You know, I think it's fine. Even now, I'm still like fumbling when I'm trying to remember the irregular, right? I don't even know. Sometimes I don't even know with what is the irregular verb. So yeah, just read books, read media, practice, and sometimes just read the table again. The oh wait, what is the let me take a look at the table again. Yeah, it's like 50 or 60 words, maybe even more. But usually the most used word is not a lot, right? Maybe 20 words or so. Like be is went, be is was and were, go is went, begin is began, eat is ate, right? So yeah, there's no other way than practice.
Mhm.
There's no tips. I'm sorry.
Yeah, yeah.
There's no
Uh,
tips.
who I know, when I look the participants in this session, we have Adam Amrullah and Habibi that work for global client or company that maybe couple years. Can you add some tips or insight about English speaking on professional work, Mas Habibi and Mas Adam? Could you open your mic?
Hi, hello.
Halo Mas Adam.
Hello.
Yeah, I think first of all, I want to Mas Rifky. I can help but admire your pronunciations. I think it's very perfect, very identical to native speakers. So yeah, I'm very enjoyed when you speaking. I hope I can learn a lot from you. And actually, I don't have any tips? I think I'm quite similar to what Mas Rifky was doing in his childhood years. So I also started learning English because of video games. I think because they available in English. So if in order to understand the game storyline, you need to take this walkthrough and try to translate it by yourselves, maybe using dictionary or other sources. Uh, so yeah, I I think all of the tips have been shared by Mas FK and the other guys. So I don't have any tips that I can share at the moment. I'm sorry.
Thank you, Mas Adam. Thank you very much.
Mas Zainal, I want to ask a question for Mas Rifki. Is it okay? Yes, yes. It's your time. Okay, thank you. Hello, Mas Rifki and Mas Zainal, Mas Adam. My name is
Hello.
Farid. Actually, yeah, when I heard your conversation, when I heard your what we call conversation, yeah, seems like you are. I can heard that your your pronunciation is like a native speaker. That is the hardest part for me. How to say the pronunciation like a native speaker. Maybe yeah. We need to practice more. I mean, we need to force to talk in English every time, so we can say the words perfectly lah, like a native speaker. But for me, it is the hardest part. Yeah. I want to ask how to practice to become a good speakers lah. I mean, when we heard someone talking, oh, this is he has a good English, and because for me the hardest part is like mostly Indonesian people maybe, the dialect from Indonesia, uh, uh, we still bring it to the English conversation.
Yep,
Maybe
that's true.
any tips lah for that?
Yeah, absolutely. Grateful. Thank you for the question. This is also another topic that I want to touch on the future, Mas Zainal. My topic selection is perfect. So yeah, accents, right? So the short answer is something called deliberate practice, and this is a concept, a universal concept. This will apply everywhere, not just in English. So yeah, I still remember the first time I tried to talk English. I wasn't talking. I was silent and I was stuttering. I was like very anxious, panicking, and whatever. But again, deliberate practice. So I hear the other guys are talking. I I just listen to them. I just listen to them. Oh, they are talking about this. This is how to pronounce this word. And then I'm not the type who practices on a mirror and say the words repeatedly until I get it right. But of course you can do that. I'm not like I'm not prohibiting you to do that. But I'm not the type. I don't like that. So most of the time I'm just remembering it, and when I talk in the future, I will try to get it right. And eventually I get it right for one word, right? Only one word. There's so many words. So again, practice, deliberate practice. So you listen, take notes, practice it, listen to yourself talking, and then modify it, right? And do the same thing over and over again for other words. By the way, I have a little story to share. My product manager is younger than me. She's like 23, I think. I'm 25. But she is the most hardworking people I have ever met, ever. And what she does is she's talking to literally CEOs all over the world. And she doesn't have the perfect pronunciation. She has slight accent, but most of her English is very understandable. For example, she pronounced occur as occur, and nobody cares. Yeah, the CEO of big country, the CEO of global companies doesn't care about pronunciation as long as you get the points right.
I see. I see.
So yeah, thank you for the question. I hope my answer is complete. Yeah, it's been 45 minutes. Mazainal, should we end it or should we extend it for 15 minutes?
Yes, for sure we can extend it about 15 minutes.
Okay,
Maybe uh other shot, new question
yeah.
from Habibi maybe. He's been working with Malaysian company. Could we have some tips?
Some tips from me.
Yes, for sure.
Okay. I'm just joining and heard some questions then being asked from some people here, and I think I have some tips. Maybe it's some simple ones, and I think Mas Rifki already said it too. Please talk to yourself more often than your any regular basis. For examples, if you wanted to be able to explain some condition in a professional situations or something like that, try with the smallest things, try with something around you first. For example, for me, I usually love to talk to myself and pretend that I am a news anchor maybe when I'm driving or riding, and then I talk to myself in English. Uh, Explaining the situation, where do I want to go, what kind of car that is in front of me, and then what kind of traffic violation that did by someone else, like that. I think it is actually helping me a lot in the situation in which I need to explain some things, and then read a lot of books in English, of course, and then try repeat it yourself. Don't just read it in your heart, read it in your mind, but speak up, read it loud, read it aloud, so you can hear yourself. And about the pronunciation, I'm agree with Mas Rifki. Actually, it doesn't matter actually. If you ever work with some Indians people, you know their pronunciation is very very bad. If I can say, the one that never go to the other countries is, I think you will hardly hear about the words they say, but as you know, they got a lot of remote opportunity and working with people abroad, I think. So don't think too much about the pronunciations. It's okay. And then about the accents, I think once you always talking in English with someone from another country, I think your accent can change too. But don't to worry about it too, because many people's, I think I have interviewed by Germans, by the Swedish, and they all love my accents actually. Even if you heard me right, my accent is medok, very very medok. I'm from Semarang, I'm Japanese, and very very, but they don't mind as long as we talk clearly.
Mhm.
So I think that's all tips from me.
Oh, amazing tips.
Amazing, amazing. Oh yeah, but the thinking part, that's actually really true. So when you have thoughts, anything, try to voice it out loud. Maybe it's in Javanese and you have to translate it in Sundanese,
Agree.
maybe yeah, maybe it's Indonesian. You have to translate it in English. So for
Agree.
example, when I was riding my bike, like it's a beat, beat carpool, yeah. I see a Civic, right? It's a good car. So I was like, oh nice, a silver Civic. That's awesome. And when you do that often enough, something amazing will start to happen. And this has happened to me, and I was really confused by it. You will start thinking in English, right? So can you imagine that? When you like maybe you drink a tea, maybe you drink a coffee, instead of "Jir, enak banget," you will think, "Oh, this is so good. This is awesome." You will start thinking like that. So yeah, it really helps. It really helps.
Yeah, need to switch the mind. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, great answer. Thank you, Mr. Habibi. Maybe any other questions or insights?
so if anyone don't ask, maybe Ricky can ask a random participant. So they have to talk. Maybe just ask what his name and the profession. Maybe.
Yeah. What who was the first that come here? I think Anas, right?
Yeah. Anas.
So yeah, Anas, can you introduce yourself and maybe if you have any questions or maybe insights about English?
Hello, Rifky. This is my
Hello.
first call.
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. Okay, my name is Anas Al and my profession currently I am software engineer lead for front end in the global service Indonesia. I think enough.
Oh, okay. Thank you for coming, Anas.
Okay.
Thank you for coming. So, do you have any? Okay, so far the topic of this meeting is about integrating English in daily lives. So far, do you have any, I guess, like plans or maybe something that you already do to integrate English? If there's nothing, it's fine. You can like make plans maybe in the future.
Actually, I a bit struggle for the English in the daily. I'm not confident enough for talk with the English in the daily because I don't know about uh, how to merangkai kata from the Indonesia to English. And and have you any recommendation English book for the beginner, Mas Rifki, or anyone?
All right. So first of all, your English is completely fine. I don't see any problem with it. I would work with you if we were like coworkers and we'd be fine. So building confidence. I'm sorry, guys. Building confidence, absolutely. That's the part of why we here. So uh about the books. One thing that I can say is that don't buy English books. Buy books that you want to buy. Like if you're interested in Android, then go for Android books. If you're interested in stories, fiction, buy those. Historical books, buy them. But buy the English version. If you don't have any, I guess like ways to get them or to buy them, just message me. I will give you the book that you want. free. So yeah, thank you for the question. You have good English. You just need more confidence. And okay, the general observation from what I see, everyone here understands my English, even though I talk a little bit quickly than I would want it. So yeah, you guys have the ability. You guys have the ability. Definitely the basics. So yeah, let's improve together. Yeah, thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you,
Okay.
Mas Anas. Maybe other people have any questions? We have 5 minutes left.
Hello, Mas Zainal, Mas Rifky. Can I
Hello.
have, yeah, I just want to give some small tips for real quick. If you guys want to talk in English with the native speaker, you can download the apps that's called it Hello Talk. I was downloaded for 1 week, and I'm play this app. In this app is have a menu that called voice room, and you can join the people from around the world. For example, yesterday I was talking with some native speaker from Australia and from Japan, and yes, of course, I will share later after this one. So and I was talking and speaking with the Japanese people for 4 hours. That's crazy because you know remember you were not native speaker, but you can tell to any speaking to a foreigner from around the world for hours. That's crazy.
What kind of topic in the
Uh,
conversation?
anything, say now, anything. You can talk anything. That's free, like Discord, like the Discord. Yeah, like the Discord server, but this is like a free room. Like someone creates some room and you can join it, and that's the public. So um, I have spoken with the Australian guy, Australian girl, Iran guy, Japanese, Chinese, and anything else. And you can see that your words will be maybe is it good? Is it bad? But don't worry, they are polite. They they are not racist. They are polite, very polite. So I can recommend it to you the apps, but just be careful with the scam. So many scam in there, but if anyone have texting you on this on that apps, just ignore it. Don't reply it or something because just beware. So many scam on that apps. That's
Yeah,
it.
thank you. Thank you for the answer. Definitely correct. When you start talking to foreigners, you realize that they are just as bad, their English is just as broken, but in their own ways. And you start to gain confidence, right? I think from all speakers from all over the countries, the Europe, the Japanese, the Philippines, there's three countries that stands out in terms of confidence. Russians, Indians, and Philippines. They don't care about their English. They just say stuff. And the only one that is very, very shy and very like scared of their bad English is Indonesian. I literally cannot think any other countries. So yeah, guys, don't be scared. It's fine. Broken English is still English. right? So, oh yeah, one more thing. For the book, you can read them aloud. So you can always hear the correct pronunciation. You can use Playbook or Kindle. I think it has both. Okay,
Mhm.
so I think that's all, right? We have completed our meeting. So maybe Mas Zainal, do you have any closing words?
No, I think enough for this session. Is anyone have another question? Maybe
Last one.
last one. If not, I have one question for Rifky. You said that you practice your English in Discord, but it's
Yeah.
like uh game community, right?
Mhm.
But how it could be related to for daily professional work?
Well, you can go to your stack, right? If you use PHP,
Mhm.
there's so many PHP servers out there, right? If you use React, absolutely, I have been there. There's a React server. Next.js also, Svelte, even more. So
Mm.
there's always one Discord server for every framework. And the best thing about it is that all of the people there, they are all passionate about it, right?
Mhm.
So you can absolutely talk about English. And one more good thing is that every server will provide a general server or off-topic server where you can talk about literally anything. Maybe not the racist stuff, but yeah, like world politics, cars, um, phones, tea, coffee, anything really. It's just a good place overall.
Mhm.
So yeah, I'm in Next.js. I'm in React. What's the Reactive Flux, I think. I am also in Android Dev. Yeah, you will find me in Android Dev because
Mhm.
I talk there a lot.
Oh, so there
So
is something like server that provide related to our professional like software engineering and specific tech stack gitu, something like that.
yes,
Mhm. Okay.
absolutely. There's a Discord server for literally everything, everything.
Okay, maybe you can share some the server link on the group. So uh maybe many of us can join too.
Okay, sure. We'll do
Okay,
that
okay.
after this.
Okay. Thank you guys. Thanks for joining this session. I'm really happy. And this is a very insightful uh session. And the one thing that I can summarize of all this conversation is more often practice with regular or something like this English club. I hope this will benefit for us, and I hope we can make another session again. And your voice is one of thing that I waiting for. So anyone who not speaking yet on this session, I hope we can do conversation on the next session, inshallah. Okay, thank you guys. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Have a
Bye.
happy weekend.
Bye-bye,
Thank you.
everyone.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, guys.
Warahmatullahi
Thank
Thank
you.
you,
Thank you.
guys.
Thank you.